Hello everyone, this is Sharon here from 24/7 Techie, and this is the Let's Discuss segment. And in this we will be discussing 7 top reasons that I have why you should choose a top tier brand like a Samsung, HTC or Sony or any other Android brands. So we are only talking about Android brands over here, no Apple is considered, no Windows Mobile is considered. So why you should choose an top Android brand compared to an Chinese smartphone manufacturer like Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus, be it LE Eco, many more brands. So there have been a lot of Chinese manufacturers that have been coming in India and otherwise also emerging and having a lot of good phones. But in this video we will be telling you why you should still stick with your top tier brands and what value for money or what they still offer compared to the other brands. So we do actually pay a lot for the top tier brands compared to the Chinese brands, where we still have similar specifications, similar or the same Snapdragon processors, similar or same RAM, similar or same internal storage, and similar or same screen and everything. But there are still some factors that still determine if it's a top tier brand or a Chinese manufacturer, or is it worth that much of money. And I will be telling you in this video why you should spend that much of money and how it is still worth it. So our first point will be the user interface or the operating system or the UI. So Samsung has its TouchWiz UI and they're coming up with a new UI as well. HTC's Sense UI, Sony's Xperia UI, and when we compare it with Chinese UI, that is the MIUI, Mizu's UI, OnePlus is Oxygen OS, and a lot more. Why the UI on the brands, why it is much better on them compared to MI's and other brands? It is why I think it's a positive for the brands is because they are much more stable. There are no force closes or very less force closes. No, not really a lot of hangs and all. Yes, some UIs like the Samsung UIs in time tend to get a little bit slow, but Samsung has been working very hard on that and rectifying that mistake, and they have been doing really good job since Samsung Galaxy S6, then S7. Note 7 had a great UI, but Note 7, so yeah, but the UI in comparison, the stability, the fluidity and the life of the UI is much better compared to MIUI or Oxygen OS, where you actually see a lot of software updates over there, but those are majorly bug updates because they do sort of hurry up in launching the phones with a half-built UI and then later on work on the UI. And the other thing is that they don't really have that much of resources compared to big brands, where the big brands can put in as much as resources they want and can get a good UI compared to Xiaomi or OnePlus, where they are on a little bit of limited resources, so they have to try and then put in, try and then put in, try and then rectify the bug. So that actually takes a lot of time. So I do think that Samsung or HTC or Sony or any other big brand does offer a little bit better UI or a little bit better functionality compared to other Xiaomi, where they do put in a lot of features, but they are still really a little bit half-built UI. And the second point will be the Android software updates. HTC is updating its phone right now, it targeted December. They are updating it by December, early December actually. Samsung, they are updating it very soon. Sony, they are already updating it. So these brands are already updating it to its latest Android version, that is Android 7.0 or Android 7.1, pretty near Android Nougat for sure. And where we compare it with the Xiaomi, it's a big joke. You won't be getting Android 7.0 or Android N at least till January or February. They just started off with the alpha or beta version or beta testing, internal beta testing for first Android N device, that was Xiaomi Mi 5. And I do have a couple of people, they did tell me that it has just started, no features, nothing, it's just 7.0 written, nothing major has happened over there. OnePlus has been doing a very good job, but they still have been lagging behind with the software updates with OnePlus 1, OnePlus X, OnePlus 2. There are no software updates or any news regarding if they will get Android 7.0 or any other update, and no voice over LTE update as well for the Indian consumers. But compared to OnePlus 3 and OnePlus 3T, they will be getting it by end of December, but they have been missing a lot of dates. They might be getting it very soon because they have been merging the teams from Hydrogen OS and Oxygen OS. A lot of things have been happening in OnePlus, but OnePlus are sort of the rarest Chinese bunch which will be updating the Android 7.0 this year, if they stick to the ETA that they have given us, that is by Christmas or so. And then comes the LE Eco. I don't think so anytime soon. We have not even heard of beta program or anything. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. And other brands, I do not have any expectation. We recently reviewed the Nubia Z11 Mini, which was still running on Android Lollipop. Redmi Note 3 stable version is still running on Lollipop. Not really that good. So Android software updates are much better on the bigger brands because they do have resources. Everything comes to resources. And third point, and one of the major points that people choose them, is the camera. Cameras on these phones have tended to become amazing since last couple of years. Xiaomi Mi 5s, Mi 5, OnePlus 3, OnePlus 3T, they have good cameras. But when it comes to Samsung Galaxy S6, S7, Note 7, Note 5, HTC 10, Sony Xperia phones, the latest one, they have great cameras, they have great optical image stabilization, great software to support it. They do have a lot of stuff going on for them compared to Xiaomi's flagship. First of all, knowing their flagship is a very difficult task. Is the Mi Note 2 their flagship, or the Mi 5s their flagship, or the Mi Mix is flagship? No, Mi Mix is a concept phone. Which is the flagship? But all have Sony cameras. The Mi 5s is recording through its front camera right now, this video as well. So Xiaomi or other brands are still missing on camera. OnePlus 3T has good cameras, but they still are a little bit behind compared to Samsung or Sony or HTC. So they do still have a very good margin on the camera point of view. Another major point, and that is water resistance. We don't have a water resistance on Lenovo, Xiaomi, Oppo. Maybe Oppo does. No, I don't think so. Vivo also does not have. And what else? LE Eco. No, it does not have a water resistant phone. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Thank you for that in advance. But Samsung, their flagship is water resistant. HTC 10 is water resistant a little bit, not IP67 but IP58 I guess. Sony has been water resistant since years now. They were one of the starters of the water resistant phones, so we can't really question them. Compared to Chinese flagships, water resistant is hard to find. And fifth point, and one of the major points, is the brand image. When you take out your phone in a party, Samsung phone S7, it looks amazing. HTC 10, HTC logo sort of gives you the look. Sony, some people question why Sony, but Sony still have its brand image. Xiaomi, one of the other person will ask, what the hell is this? If it's LE Eco, they will ask, what is this? When did it actually come out? And Nubia, no one has heard, not even my viewers, some of my viewers. And other Lenovo, some have heard. One of my friend lost his iPhone. He asked me which one should I buy. I advised him Lenovo Vibe X3. It was about a year back. He came back to me next day and he was like, my mother does not know Lenovo. I told him, does she know the Motorola? He said yes. Then tell them that Lenovo are the company that owns Motorola. So brand awareness or brand image or brand recognition is much bigger to bigger brands compared to the Chinese manufacturer, where you will some or the other receive a question, what the hell is this? And brand image is actually a big thing nowadays, because everyone wants to be socially active, everyone wants to look good, everyone wants to show off a little bit. One of my friend in college did, I was teasing him like, your iPhone 6s can't do this, mine can do this, my 25,000 Mi 5s can do this, and that for 70,000 brick can't do this. He told me, if I take out this phone in party, I do have some brand image, I do have something in my hand that I can at least keep it on the table. But with Xiaomi Mi 5s, they're sort of their flagship. It's a very good phone. I don't have any brand recognition. People ask me, which phone is this? You don't need to ask it from Samsung or anyone else. And one of the major points is service centers. Xiaomi service center story is that are very seriously pathetic. Eco has a bad repo. Lenovo has had okay repo, but I have not had a good experience with Lenovo service centers. All Chinese or major Chinese players service centers lag behind because of shortage of resources. Compared to go to a Samsung service center, go to an HTC service center, go to a Sony service center. If you are able to find those, Samsung, you will find it very easily, and you'll see what difference is there. This quality of service, the customers that are sitting over there, they do have a little bit of patience. The people that are treating you also treat you very well compared to these which you might have a bad experience. You can definitely share it in the comments below. But service centers are much better in bigger brands and easily available in smaller areas, smaller towns, smaller villages, compared to where I have had a lot of my viewers asking me that the Xiaomi service center from our place is about 200 kilometers, and can we fix this thing at my own, or do I need to take it to a service center? Because I usually say try to do this or do take it to a service center. They ask me, please advise us more, because they have to travel 200 kilometers for a service center. I travel 50 kilometers for my college and it is difficult for me. 200 for just a service center. And the final point, that is the seventh point, that will be long lasting. Xiaomi phones, Eco phones, or Lenovo phones, or any other Chinese manufacturers, I have seen a trend that they don't really last you that long. Compared to a Samsung, HTC or a Sony phone, it may slow down. It will last you. It will keep on working. It will keep on taking good photographs. It will not hang on you. It will not die on you. My Xiaomi Redmi Note 2 just crossed 1 year. It is dead, sitting on my table. And this is not the first time it has happened with me. My Mi 3 was about 1.5 to 2 years. It barely touched it. It was about to die when I sold it. So it was lagging behind. I've tried everything, software updates and everything, and it was almost dead. A lot of people won't really be agreeing with me on this long lasting one, but according to me, if you buy a S7, it is going to have a very good camera for a couple of years. When you buy an Mi 5 in India, the moment they launch Mi 5s in India, or if they launch it, or Mi Note 2 in India, you know it that the Mi 5's camera is lagging behind a lot. Because first of all, it's lagging behind the major flagships compared to S7 or S6, last year's flagship, but it is now lagging behind the company's own phone as well. S6 to S7 was a good jump, but people still like the S6 camera because it was a minor jump, but it was a jump. But from Mi 5 to Mi 5s is a big jump. So when it will be launching in India, you will see a drastic difference. So people who will be owning an Mi 5 will be like, why the hell are they owning that? And it's not even an year old device. So Mi 5, the Mi 5s came like 5 or 6 months after that, a lot better camera. So when it comes to India, if it comes to India, we will be seeing a very big camera difference. But if you compare it from S6 to S7, it was a 1 year cycle, and after that as well, minor change, because it was a very good camera and they only needed to change it a little bit. So we can definitely see that there are some problems with the Chinese manufacturers. They do still offer a lot of positives, which we will be covering in a separate video very soon. Either it will be published together with this, or it will be published later on in a day or so. So do stay tuned to the channel. And guys, this was my take on what are the major advantages of choosing a branded device or a branded smartphone from a Samsung, Sony, HTC or any other major smartphone player, compared to a Chinese smartphone player which is right now still in a startup mode, which Xiaomi's Hugo Barra has said that they're still in startup. OnePlus is a startup. Other companies are in middle or so. Thank you very much for watching this video. This was Sharon here from 24/7 Techie. Do like this video, do share this video, and please do subscribe to the channel. Humble request. I will see you in my next video. If you have any topics to suggest, anything you would like to suggest us, hit us in the comments below. We'll definitely get in touch with you. Thank you very much and see ya.